This channel is not for children, neither is it for the weak of heart or mind. Viewer discretion is advised.
The archetypes. Are the archetypes motivated by a society or a culture, or is a culture motivated by the archetypes? What I mean by this is the collective unconscious of any given society ruled over by a certain archetype or god for a specific amount of time and for a specific purpose. Carl Jung believed that the collective unconscious was an actual place where dwelt the archetypes, they with their many faces or avatars. And Jung believed that beginning in the late 1800s, the Wotan archetype began to stir in the collective unconscious of the Germanic peoples of Europe. This could be seen early on in the Volkisch movement, where many Germans attempted to return to their pre-Christian roots by living an occult-influenced neo-pagan lifestyle. The spirit of Wotan, that ancient god of storm and frenzy, was awakened, said Jung, like an extinct volcano to new activity in a civilized country. Wotan, a restless wanderer who creates unrest, stirs up strife, and works magic. And the outcome of the current of Wotan led to the greatest catastrophe in human history. Now, how did this come about, this awakening of Wotan? One could argue that for the better part of 2,000 years, the Christ archetype reigned over Europe and Western civilization. You think your parents and neighbors are religious? That Christianity has a stranglehold on society? This is nothing compared to what it once was. You could see the waning of the Christ archetype, though, during the Age of Enlightenment, and the collapse continued into the 19th century with Darwin, Marx, and Nietzsche. But even though Nietzsche was staunchly atheistic, he saw the negative side of the death of God and how it could lead to mass nihilism, which it did. As such, Nietzsche called for a re-evaluation of all values and the creation of new ones, hoping that in doing so would eventually lead to the Übermensch. Instead, Wotan and political extremism attempted to fill that void. Now, returning to the archetypes, Jung saw Satan, or the Satanic archetype, as a force in life and also as a psychological phenomenon. And as such, Satan is the raw archetype of the undeveloped ego gone wild, where Lucifer is the archetype of the ego masquerading as an enlightened being. But these are the psychological representation of the archetypes. What about their greater godlike manifestations? Could one of these two, Satan or Lucifer, be gathering his forces within the collective unconscious to fill that void vacated by Yahweh and Jesus? And would you want this? A satanic current bubbling up from the depths of the collective hell to sweep over society? Now, I'm of the mind that too much of a good thing can lead to an ugly outcome, especially when half-wits and idiots feel that satanic pull, hear that call to action. For example, I like a drink from time to time, but I wouldn't want a convoy of drunk drivers speeding down the highway. A positive manifestation of the current would be in the arts, because true art comes from the subconscious. And that's where the current should remain, in the subconscious, having emerged from the collective unconscious. So, to my friends and viewers, I pose this question, and would really like to know your opinion. Should Satan stake his claim as God of this world, or should he remain a personal aspect of the self? Leave your comments down below.